morning, Jean-Serge, Gagnon here from Montreal. So today we're going to talk about how do you come up with a plan? How do you do a plan? And before we talk about that, I'd like to just ask you if you make sure you click on that notification there up top to make sure you're notified whenever I do go live. And if you're watching this on YouTube, also make sure you subscribe to my channel and like my page and all the good stuff, right? So one of the things that I always wonder about is, does it really matter, right, to have a plan? Unfortunately, I can't really tell you. Well, I've always had a plan in my head, but that's one of the problems I know I have is, but I was listening to one of my friends, Elena, and she was talking about just, how you come up with your plan, right? Or not really. She was talking about other things, but in what she talked about planning. And that's one of the things that I realized that I don't do, and I thought, well, that would be a great topic. Anyways, whatever. The point is that one thing I do know is that putting together a plan is actually pretty easy. It's all just about, writing numbers down, right? The part that's not easy is figuring out what those numbers are. Like, for example, your plan could be, well, I got to do, a Facebook Live or 5 Facebook Lives a week, just like what I'm doing, right? I got to do that, and I also have to talk to 5 new people a day, and I also have to ask them to watch whatever I'm trying to sell, right? Ask them to watch a presentation or product or try a product out or whatever it is, but you got to have that as this is the thing, this is the plan, these are the actions that I got to do, right? And the thing is that plan has got to, go somewhere, right? I mean, you can have a list of things to do that have no real, focus, no real reason for being, right? Which obviously is no use. So that's why when you do a plan, you kind of have to have a goal, you have to have a vision, you have to have a why, right? If you're thinking, I need to quit my job, well, okay, so what does that mean? How much income do you need to have to pay your bills, or can you cut your expenses? But you can come up with a number, right? And then when you have that number, you can then figure out how much you need to, how much you can do to make that kind of money, right? That, anyways, whatever. It's like I'm saying, it's just math, it's just numbers, right? But without your goal, without your plan, without your, I think did I go one street more? Anyways, without you being plan ahead, without having a and your vision, without a vision, it's so. You got, like me, I have a vision of being home, being with my family, not having a job, not having to worry about getting up, not having to worry about telling my boss when I want time off, and not having to worry about the bills. And also, I have a vision of, enjoying that with my family, going out whenever we want. We can go to the beach when it's nice out. We can go tobogganing when it's snowing. We can do whatever. That's my vision, right? My vision of being in that environment, in that place, right? So you got to have a vision. Now, once you have a vision, then you're like, okay, what do I need to do to get there? And then you can set goals. Goals are just, things to accomplish in a certain amount of time. So you can have a goal for a week, a goal for a month, a goal for a year, a goal for 5 years, a goal for 10 years, a goal for your life, right? All these things help you to put together your plan, because your plan is going to help you. Like, say for example, that you need to make $100,000 a year. Well, that's like $9,000 a month, right? Okay. Well, what is $9,000 a month? Well, $9,000 a month is, I don't know, what, $300 a day? And $300 a day is, I don't know, 20 bucks. Well, 20 bucks an hour over 24 hours, whatever, you understand the math. That's all it is. And then when you figure out what your daily action has to be to make that income, and if you did it every day, you would get the $100,000 a year, right? It's really that simple. But, it's not easy, because we have trouble doing the same thing over and over for a long period of time, and that's just a human nature thing. So that's why you have to put it together on a piece of paper. You have to write it down. You have to, know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and that way it forces you to kind of keep it, right? To keep going. And that's one of the things. That's why you need a plan. And this is how you come up with your plan. All right? So hope you enjoyed this. If you like this and you think somebody else needs to hear this message, please share. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like to get these simple online strategies every single day in your inbox, just make sure to go to Master of Simple. So masterofsimple.com and put in your name and email to get on the list. And as a bonus, I'm going to send you the top 10 simple online strategies that actually attract customers and team members to you. All right, so you have yourself a great day. Go to masterofsimple.com, put in your name and email, and we'll see you on the inside.